You're 200 prompts deep. The app was meant to take 2 hours, but it's been 2 days already. Something keeps getting broken. You fix one issue and another breaks, and you can't tell why because you never wrote any of it. If you've built with AI, you know exactly what that moment feels like. And this is what no one tells you about it. It's not a problem with the tool. It's not bad luck. It's basically the ceiling of vibe coding, and almost everyone runs into it. The guy who came up with that term already knew this and just named what happens next once you get it. That ceiling vanishes. Vibe coding totally changed the game, with Drucker Patty coming up with the term back in early 2025. The concept was straightforward. Describe what you need, let AI build it, then iterate by feel. And all of this without needing years of technical training. And it worked, with a quarter of all startups in Y Combinator's 2025 batch having code bases that were 95% of AI-generated content. People were getting real products shipped out in days instead of months, and that was genuinely new. And if you started building this way, you were on the right path, but Vibe coding was always the starting point, and not where you're going. What happens when you treat it like a destination? Every prompt you fire off without a clear plan adds something you a bit don't fully understand, and every bit of confusion makes the next fix harder. It compounds quietly until suddenly nothing works, and you don't know where to start. Stack Overflow surveyed 49,000 developers last year. Trust in AI-generated code dropped from 40% down to 29% in 1 year, and that is no coincidence. That's exactly what occurs when people release stuff and find the results aren't as rock solid as they appeared. The breaking apps, the features that clash with each other, the project that felt fast at the start and then froze completely. That's the exact same issue you mentioned when you had to define Karpathy posted just a few weeks back. That's the term he's going with now, agentic engineering. He split it into two parts. Agentic means you aren't writing code 99% of the time. You're managing agents that do engineering, means this is a genuine skill, something with substance, something you can actually improve at. And the most important word is directing a prompter to say, for instance, build me a user dashboard. A director says, make a dashboard for me that displays these three metrics pulled from this data source and refreshes every 30 seconds and shows a loading state while fetching it. They're both using the same tools, the same AI, but they get completely different outputs because the director knew precisely what they were building before AI got involved, and that's the whole shift. Stop describing and start defining. The vibe coder goes backward from whatever the AI comes up with, but the agentic engineer moves forward from a clear picture of exactly what they want, and that one difference changes everything about how the build goes. So in real life, this isn't about coding skills, it's about thinking skills, and it boils down to three habits. Start by figuring out what you want to output before you launch the tool. The outcome is what matters, not the feature. What exactly do we want to have once we're done? So what does this do for the person using it? How success actually looks is that if you can answer that in just 2 sentences, your prompts become 10 times more precise. The second one is having the AI do one job at a time. VIPEC orders frequently attempt to create everything using just a single large prompt. Well, agentic engineers split the build into small, clear steps. First, set up the login flow, then create the dashboard, and finally, wire them together. Every step is so small, you can check it worked before going to the next one. The third step is reviewing before moving on. Just actually checking out what you just made before moving on to the next step. That single habit alone gets rid of most of the something broken, I don't know where issue. So 3 habits, no extra tools, and no coding knowledge needed. So I don't vibe code anymore, not because vibe coding was wrong. That was a solid start, but there's a faster, more reliable version of this. And honestly, more fun because you aren't hoping the AI gets it right. You are defining what right looks like and showing the AI how to get there. The folks building the most interesting products in the next few years won't be the top coders. They'll be the clearest thinkers, people who can pinpoint exactly what they want with precision and have AI run it. That's agentic engineering, and the gap between where you are right now, that level is much closer than you might expect. So if you like this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for tons more content like this coming down the pipeline. Then we'll